So let's start there. First of all, I ended up cutting off all of the rubbery sculpt from the Marvel Select Ultimate Venom. Even though the articulation on this figure is really old and limited, sure as hell had some amazing sculpt detail. You gotta appreciate that. As you can see here, the pegs are completely different. It's not going to fit correctly at all. I've snapped it off, and before that the pegs weren't going to fit anyway. They were old, they were clunky, brittle plastic. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an old Select figure with limited articulation and force it into the modern era of action figures. So essentially all I'm going to do is take all that beautiful rubbery sculpt detail that I cut off the previous figure and force it onto this deluxe Venom. So what I'm going to do is take the deluxe Venom and I'm going to splice the hands in so that it has the Marvel Legends articulation. Also, it'll slightly elongate the hands, which will make them look even more creepy and accurate to the source material of Ultimate Venom. With the older Marvel Select figures, you couldn't pop the heads off and interchange them like you can do now in Marvel Legends era, where everything is interchangeable, everything is very kit bash ready. That's not how it was back in the day, so now I need to go in and manufacture my own version of the Marvel Legend net peg so that it fits on correctly. I know in the community people use blue tack, but that's just not acceptable in my personal opinion. It needs to have a correct fitting peg. So now all the splicing of the hands, the feet, the head, everything fits correctly, and we've got all the rubbery tendrils and goo all on the deluxe Venom. We can get on to sculpting. For the full body sculpt detail on this guy, go over to my Instagram. There is a full, I think it's 1 hour, maybe 2 hour long video of me sculpting this guy completely from scratch. So for the eyes, I tend to go in with a grey, simply because when painting white, white is very hard to just build up layer by layer by layer. So when you hit it with a grey, it's essentially the primer. And then once the primer's down, you can build off it, and the white takes to it far more easily. When you put a base layer of grey down, you can normally get a nice white in 1 to 2 coats. I used to really dislike painting white, honestly, but after doing so many anti-venoms, I've kind of learned to love it. I don't know what it is about white, but it's just so satisfying. For the base tone on the body, it was a Citadel Black, and then I laid it up with a grey blue from Vallejo, and then hit it with a purple, and now this purple is a metallic glaze. And a glaze is like a sheet of glass, so what it does is it goes over, but it's like super thin. So it gives it like a reflective flare. Now it looks kind of heavy, but once it sets, it's actually beautiful. And you can't really tell until you get some sort of light reflecting on it. I really feel that glazing isn't used enough in the custom world. It is such a great way to just lift your custom to the next level. Once you've got it in hand and you look at it and you're like, wow, look at all the different colors. It's like the color of the rainbow, you know, like it's beautiful. It's almost got like a chameleon shimmer to it. I just really appreciate little tiny details. And maybe in the future I'll go and make my own. And here it is, and honestly this one was an absolute treat. I loved every minute of it. I truly wish I could have this one in my own display. I absolutely love this one. I really enjoyed it, and I would have liked to have found it. Oh, I forgot to mention, the tendrils, they are bendy. All of it has a soft rubber overcoat that is glued down onto the torso. And then the sculpt that I use, green stuff, allows it to be incredibly flexible and durable. For the articulation setup on this guy, there isn't anything too crazy. It is just the Marvel Legends Monster Venom. Everything you've seen before. If you guys enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Slap that like button, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you on the next one.